Hello again, everybody. Welcome to some Toonkind D&D. My name is Whis, and I'm one of your players today, and I'm playing a small child who has absolutely not done anything wrong recently. She
No,
thinks.
absolutely nothing.
And joining me today for the role of responsible adult is a very wonderful and cheerful and funny and talented friend of mine.
Ah,
Gotcha again.
that's not fair. Hi, I'm Kendall. And today I am going to be playing Cassie Trevelclef and a little bit of her dad, Dorian Trevelclef, who is not going to be around super much because Cassie is currently angry at him for not picking up said child.
Yes. So this FPS takes place after the old and borrowed FPS that I did with Dupe. So if you haven't listened to that one, there's context missing here. But the sort of situation that we're looking at here is I'm going to roll, just straight up roll a deception because Missy has a secret and she's not good at secrets usually. So let's see how she's doing. That is a 5 on the dice,
Good.
which makes it a 7 all up. I will add it in average just because.
Well, the good news is that my characters can both beat and not beat that, so let's see how they do. It was on its side. Well, I have bad news for you, Missy.
Yep.
Oh, well, I have worse news for you, Missy.
Hot damn. All right, 18 and 21. Yeah, and also like because this is still happening around Animus time, Chifley is not around as much because he's still helping Lau, but I figure this kind of happens after they went ice skating and Chifley cannot physically roll less than what Missy got. So even if the other two hadn't rolled well, he probably would have been like, can one of you talk to her? She's not acting right. But he's still sort of torn between sister and Lau. And it's like, I'm not sure what to do. I'm going to outsource this to other adults because I'm overwhelmed. Or something along those lines. But yeah, so Missy has been distinctly trying to subtly, but more obviously, not talk about that whole time where she walked herself home from school. And you can't see it, but I did air quotes with my hands when I said walked herself home. Because she didn't walk herself home, technically speaking. She had someone walk her there. But no, she's not talking about that. He asked her not to. So she's trying really hard not to talk about it in the slightest and just play it cool and normal and all that sort of jazz. And on this particular day, it's a weekend, probably the next available weekend after they went ice skating or something like that. And she's kind of got a bit of a sort of a determined kind of vibe about her. Like Cassie can't hear her theme, but Dorian can. And it's still got that I'm keeping this secret from everybody vibe in her leitmotif, but also like
she's got the don't be suspicious song playing in her
yes,
leitmotif.
absolutely. That's just sort of been incorporated into her theme for the last 2 weeks. but now it's I've made a decision, slightly resolution sort of vibe to it as well. And she's had breakfast on this particular, let's say it's a Saturday, on this particular Saturday, had breakfast, gotten dressed, and then she's looked over at Cassie and Dorian and gone, "Can we go to the park?"
I think they are going to share a little bit of a look, like a kind of thing, because Cassie can't hear her theme, but also has gotten to know Missy fairly well. And so, that's not suspicious at all. But also, like, well, I mean, it's just the park. And I think Cassie will nod. And then I'm just thinking about how, yeah, okay, I think she would be like, yeah, sure, I can take you. Though I think Dad has some things to do today and lots to think about, and just sort of like
Subtle.
yeah, Cassie doesn't do subtle. And Dorian's just gonna raise his hands like, I didn't know she was gonna walk herself home. But if you want some time, like, that's fine. I'm not gonna step on any toes. He's had a daughter angry at him before. He knows that Cassie will not hold a grudge like Crystal will, so it's fine. And yes, to be fair, he does feel bad. He didn't think things would go quite as bad as they did. Like, he's still a little bit of the, I mean, she got home fine, so I'm not really sure what the big deal is, but he is also like upset and was worried when he turned up at the school and Missy wasn't there, and he was just like, oh, okay, now I've gotta
Oh shit, I've lost her.
yeah, that wasn't a fun feeling. Less fun was having to tell Cassie that he couldn't find Missy.
Yes. Chifley's had that joy rocking up and Missy's not there before.
So they Missy kind of got away with not really getting much of a talking to when they got home, because was mostly Cassie chewing out Dorian about you were supposed to pick her up from school, and I know, but there was a customer and they were really late and they were really annoying and I couldn't get them out of the shop. And it's like, then she could have called one of us, like we could have picked her. I was like, I thought she would be fine. She's at the school, there's a playground there, like there's teachers supervising her. There should be teachers supervising her.
Whereas Missy is just pointedly not engaging with the conversation at all. Like, that's probably why they rolled so high that something was up, because like normally she'd be like arguing the point that she was fine, that she's fully capable of looking after herself and yada yada yada, but she was not engaging at all.
Yeah, like the conversation comes to a bit of like a stop and they both kind of look at her
and she's like, nah, nope, gone, bye, I'm in my room.
Yeah.
Dear, oh dear. Alright, well, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to roll Missy a survival, I guess, to see how well she does at getting to the correct park. Oh, okay, you're fine. That's a nat 20. Great.
Oh, wow.
Good on ya. Alright, so there are lots and lots of parks in Toontown. Lots of different ones. And, like, there's a couple that Missy usually likes to go and play at. Like, there's the one that has the cursed swing set and a few different other ones. That is never not going to be funny, just as an aside. But,
Yep.
The park that she leads Cassie to is a different one, a completely different one that she probably has only been to like maybe once, but she goes straight there. And would Cassie like to roll an insight on her?
Sure, I can do that. Oh, okay, that's not as good.
10.
That's average.
Yeah. Um, I'm not going to re-roll that deception. That 7 is going to carry for a while. Um, so it still passes. So like Missy is not behaving like she normally would. Like normally when they go to the park, she's straight to either the swings or the climbing equipment or anything like that. And she's kind of gone into this park. She's, I assume, holding Cassie's hand, and she's just sort of looking around, like scanning it, like looking for something, and sort of squinting at the park a little bit, but then sort of jolts as if she's like, oh wait, I'm supposed to not be suspicious, and she lets go of Cassie's hand and starts moving towards the play equipment.
I do think before Missy goes, Cassie will just she's not gonna prod too hard yet.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of a huh, haven't been to this park before. Maybe once. What made you want to pick this one?
Oh, well, I walked past it on my way home, and, cause I haven't played here a lot, I thought it'd be fun to try.
And I'm just gonna roll that 7, and I mean, that's technically not a lie.
Yep. Does Cassie pick up that that's technically not a lie?
Yeah. Yeah, like there is definitely more to it. She's not being very convincing. It's like the I walked past it on my way home. That bit is, you feel like, is pretty well accurate, but the I thought it would be fun to try. Nah. She's
Yeah.
got some other thing in mind.
Okay. Well, Cassie's gonna let it go for now and just gonna watch her.
All right. So Missy's going to give a big smile, which is a lot less convincing than otherwise it would be. But then she's going to run over to the play equipment and start climbing and playing and swinging on the jungle gym and all that sort of stuff. And now I invite you to roll a perception as I roll a stealth.
Okay, cool.
Perfect. I was going to roll
Cool.
it at disadvantage because you're already like twigged to something not being wrong, but I still might, depending on nah, you're fine. All right. So you're watching Missy play and what have you, and then after maybe about, I don't know, half an hour maybe at most, you spot Missy sort of climb around to the back of the equipment behind this, like it's like a rock climbing wall, and she's deliberately put herself on the opposite side of it to you. So you lose sight of her for a second, but then as she's sort of like got down on the ground and is trying to sneak from piece of equipment to piece of equipment to behind the bush, and like it's still, if it had been spring, this maybe would have worked a little bit better because she wears green. And grass is green, and bushes are green. However, it is winter in Anquel at the moment, so it is snow and white and grey and stuff, and so she still stands out a bit. So she's gone behind this sort of twiggy bush, and then like behind this other twiggy bush, and she's making her way away from the play equipment, kind of glancing in your direction. And then when she thinks she's far enough away, she sort of takes off at a sprint to something on the other side of the park.
Okay, give me a moment. I mean, okay. Um, so I don't know, you can roll a perception if you'd like.
No, I'm just going to use her passive, I think, because that's funnier.
But Cassie is following Missy somewhat quietly, just wants to see what she's up to. Where's Missy going?
Well, so she's following Missy across the park to what looks like just a park bench. And I'm just going to roll hammer space. If she fumbles it, this will be the funniest shit ever, but we'll see. Nope, that's a 3. So Cassie can see her go up to this bench, and she pulls what looks like just a folded piece of printer paper out of her hammer space, and then she starts looking around the bench a little bit, and she finds a rock, and then she puts the paper on the ground under the bench, and then puts the rock on top of it. Sort of stands up, brushes her hands as if, yeah, job well done, and then turns around to head back to the playground.
I think as she's turning around, she's gonna hear, "What you doing?"
Now I'm going to roll a whiz save, because that's funny. That is a 9 on the dice. You got a -1 in your whiz saves. That's a total of 8. She's going to do a full body, like, anime take. Like with the anime sweat drop and everything's like, nothing.
So you're not sneaking over to this bench to hide a paper under it for any reason?
Nope. No reason at all.
And I think Cassie's just gonna sigh and just gonna sit on the bench and pat like the seat next to her for Missy.
Missy's going to hesitate, but then you can just sort of see her slump a little bit, and she's going to climb up and sit next to Cassie on the bench.
Cassie is probably not going to do something that Missy expects first up. Instead of sort of like confronting her straight away, instead she's going to press her earring, not the one that Missy and Chifley got her, but the other one, and is going to say to Missy,
How do you know if an elephant is hiding under your bed?
Blink, blink.
Why would there be an elephant under my bed? Do I need to check?
It's a joke.
Oh wait. How do I know if there's an elephant hiding under my bed? Don't know.
If your nose is touching the ceiling.
I'm going to roll her an intelligence.
and I need to roll a performance because I am using the laugh track earring, which if oh yeah, okay, cool.
Unfortunately, Missy is kinda dumb. What's your intelligence modifier? It's a -2. That was well landed, but Missy doesn't get it.
That's fine. It was mostly, like, partly it was kind of to break the tension, and partly it was to get, to use the laugh track earring, which is, hold on, I can bring up the rules. When a joke is told by its wearer, they must make a DC 11 performance roll. On a success, disembodied laughter can be heard, and the wearer gains advantage on the next roll.
Nice. Useful. Very useful.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic item. I also love it because I have a +10 in my performance modifier.
So you literally cannot fail that one.
Yep.
Great.
The biggest thing holding me back is I don't know very many jokes.
I'll get you a joke book for your birthday.
Thanks. Anyway, so...
Yeah, so there's this laughter, and Missy gives a grin and a little giggle, but then she sort of blinks and her face falls, being, I don't get it.
It's okay. I'll explain it to you later. Missy, we need to talk about what's going on, cause we can all tell that something's been bothering you, and that you've been trying to hide something, and we're worried that you feel like you can't talk to anyone about it.
Missy kind of hunches her shoulders a little bit and hides the bottom of her face in her scarf a smidge and looks really awkward.
It's not that. Everything's fine. No problems.
And she gives some unconvincing double thumbs up.
And this is where that advantage I'm going to use is because I'm going to use it on persuasion.
Mm-hmm. Good
To
call.
try and persuade Missy to talk to Cassie about it. So I can't really think of like anything super profound Cassie would say other than just a heartfelt,
Missy, please. What's going on?
and I'm going to roll that persuasion.
Splendid.
My dice rolled off the table. Oh my god, you can't. It's a double 14. Anyway, 14's still probably fine, especially because let's see a modifier. Oh yeah.
What do you contest a persuasion with? Is it Whis?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright.
Generally.
Well, I can tell you this. She did not beat a 21. As a matter of fact, she got a 11. So, yeah. Missy looks really awkward, and she fiddles with the cuffs of her jumper a bit, and then she looks down at the piece of paper she's stuck under the bench through the slats in the boards.
It's not that I don't want to talk to you guys. It's all taken care of. I got it sorted out, so I don't need you to worry, 'cause I already took care of it. 'Cause I'm super strong. I can look after this sort of thing.
And I think Cassie's going to just, pull her in for a hug kind of thing
And know you're strong. And you're very capable for your age, but we're your family, and we're going to worry about you. Especially because you are still young, Missy.
But what it is, I don't think you'd like, and Tiffany wouldn't like it either. So I'm trying to protect you both for a change.
That's very thoughtful of you. But sometimes you gotta tell people things that you don't like, because they deserve to know. I didn't have to tell you that I was kidnapped, but I thought you deserved to know. And no, I didn't tell you everything for multiple reasons. But and I knew it would make you upset, and I knew it would make my whole family upset to find out about what happened. About things they didn't know that happened. But it wasn't something I could keep from them. Because, in part, they deserve to know. And in part because I needed them to know. Because I needed their support. You don't have to tell me everything, but you don't. If this has been bothering you, and if you're worried about it making us scared, then or upset, then don't you think you should share some of it with us?
Maybe, but I asked not to.
Asked not to. Someone asked you not to tell us?
She gives a little nod. And you don't have to roll an insight or anything. The look on Missy's face is she's clearly conflicted. Like, she knows she's not particularly good at keeping secrets, and she doesn't like doing it anyway. But she's kind of like, which group of people? Like, I don't want to disappoint one group, and then like I like being helpful, but like she doesn't know what to do. So she's clearly conflicted about keeping a secret from Cassie and Tifley in particular at the behest of someone else. She's just like, oh, sugar, what do I do?
Okay. Cassie can work with this, I guess. She's not the best at this, but she's gonna try. So I think, yeah, she's gonna take a deep breath because, okay, someone else is involved. That's definitely not something great. And
Can you tell me who?
She pulls a bit of a face and then does a sort of wibble wobble motion with her hand.
Not. Well. No, not really. 'Cause, I mean, they asked me to give them a name if I could think of one, and that's.
And she points down at the bench.
It's what I was putting under the bench is an idea for a name, 'cause they were using one that they shouldn't.
Okay. And when did you meet them?
When I walked home from school.
Okay. You met them when you walked home from school. And they asked you not to tell. Did you do something?
We just came to the park and they bought me ice cream, and then I tried to beat them up a little bit because I wasn't gonna let anything bad happen, but then they walked me the rest of the way home.
okay, now I have to roll a whiz save. Oh, fantastic, Cassie. Okay, I am going to roll something else because there's a child in front of her. Okay, that's meh.
I'm assuming that's a deception there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll an insight to contest it. We'll see how
Yep.
she does. Nope. Not in the slightest. That is an unnatural 1.
Aw, Missy, she's not looking at Cassie at the moment.
No, and she's not listening to Cassie's theme either because she's so inside her own head about this whole situation that she has found herself in. And, like, she's trying to figure out the best way to say things that won't upset Cassie, but she's failed at that point.
Yeah, no, Cassie's just...
Okay. So... Okay. They... walked you home. Okay. And... then they asked you not to tell us that they walked you home?
She gives a little bit of a nod.
Okay. Was this the first time you'd met them?
Missy sort of pulls a face. Like, she's so unsure how to answer that.
Should I roll another insight?
Yeah, please do.
Oh, okay, I think she's panicking. Still panicking a little bit.
Like, Missy's not going to try and deceive on this one, so yeah, 5, okay. Yeah, she seems confused. That's about as best as Cassie can get, which is strange because that's how could you be confused? That's a yes or no question.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
She's not thinking straight. She's just like, okay, what?
Missy? Have you met them before?
I don't know.
Can you elaborate?
Well,
and she sort of fiddles with her hands, and then just gonna roll her a whiz real quick. Yeah, no, that's a 9. She takes in a little bit of a deep breath and then says really quietly,
they had Chifley's face.
Oh, good. I have to roll another whiz save. Oh, I feel like I should do that at a disadvantage.
that was outrageously too high.
That was an 18!
Yeah, Cassie is not calm about that.
And that's a 19. I'm gonna take the 5 from before. Okay. I think Missy's just gonna get a... What?
Missy sort of shrinks down into her scarf a little bit more, because at this point she could probably hear the abrupt sort of noise in Cassie's theme, and she's actually just twigged to that.
Yeah, that would have been hard to miss.
And she shrinks down a little bit.
They looked like Chifley. But the way Chifley used to look before he got cold.
They look... someone that looked like Chifley.
This is just going to reach out and hold on to Cassie's hand with both hands and just give it a little squeeze.
I didn't understand what they were saying, but they said that they were peace Tifley or something, and that they couldn't really change what they looked like, and they didn't have another name apart from his. That's why I was gonna give them a different name. 'Cause I didn't think that they should be using Tifleys.
I. Yeah. Uh. Right. Yes. No, they shouldn't. They look exactly like Chifley.
She gives a nod. With his old clothes. And they were warm. And I got a hot chocolate and it stayed warm. So I suppose no, not really exactly anymore. And they didn't quite talk like Tifley. Like, a bit. A lot. But not quite.
How? Okay. Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna roll another Whis save. Okay. 12. I think that, yeah, like, not, like, you think she's able to pull herself enough together, like, okay, there's a way to tell this Chifley apart. Even if she's still, oh god, they know where we live, still. And she's just gonna, like, let out a breath and
they they didn't hurt you?
No. Didn't even try.
Okay, well, that's good. Do you know what they wanted?
There's another little frown.
They wanted to spend time with me, I think.
She's gonna run a hand through her hair, like she doesn't quite remember because it was a good couple of weeks ago now. She's just like, ugh.
fair enough.
Do you know if they're planning on seeing you again?
Well, they said that if I think of a name for them or anything, I should just put a note under this bench. I think it was this bench. I hope it was this bench. But that's really it. They didn't ask to meet up or anything. It was just leave a note under the bench.
Okay.
Alright. Well, thank you for telling me, Missy. I'm very glad you did.
Missy still looks a little bit upset, like she's pouting a bit and frowning a bit and looking down at the bench. Now she's equal parts, I hate this whole situation, and gosh, I hope this is the right bench.
I think Cassie's gonna ask.
Are you alright after it all?
They didn't hurt me, so I'm okay.
Yes. That is fair enough. They didn't hurt you this time.
Just feel kind of stupid.
Why do you feel stupid?
Tiffley doesn't look like that anymore. And he's been away so much, I was just happy to see him. And
Oh,
I didn't even think that Tiffley should feel cold. He shouldn't be able to drink a hot drink. It took way too long.
oh, Missy. That's... You're not stupid for that. You weren't expecting someone to be wearing your brother's face.
But I should have. He picked me up. Tiffley can't do that.
No, he can't. But when you're not expecting it, it's you not even noticing the differences. You're not stupid, Missy. Okay? You're not stupid for not being able to tell it wasn't your brother. 'Cause
And I'm just trying to figure out what to say here because like she'd been wanting to say I didn't figure out it was your brother either, but I don't know if she's told Missy about the changeling aspect
I
of
feel like probably not.
yeah. So I think she's gonna sort of like stop and kind of like mid-sentence change track to
I don't know if I would have been able to tell the difference.
Yeah, you would. You're smart.
Thank you. But you're smart too. And I can be too trusting.
They were stronger than Tiffley. And didn't hold still when I tried to punch them.
Yeah, that was very mean of them. They should have stood still and let you punch them.
It's kind of good he wasn't trying to kidnap me or anything, because, like, that's, it happened once, and once is enough.
yeah, Missy, you're gonna feel Cassie's arms tighten around you and just
Yeah, we're lucky. But, no more walking home by yourself anymore, right? Don't want to risk that again.
Okay. Sorry.
It's okay, Missy. It's not your fault. You should be able to do things like walk home by yourself. Because it's not that big of a deal. But just there are things and people and plots that might make it not okay. And it makes the rest of us feel better knowing that you're with someone else.
never gonna be as old as you and Tiffley. You're like a gazillion years older than me.
Not that old. And I know it. You're always going to be younger. I get that. But how about we make a compromise? Because as you get older, you're going to be able to do more. And we're going to have to trust you with that. But I know that you still want to do stuff now. So how about you tell us when, like, you don't go off on your own anymore, and you tell us when you really want to do stuff or go on an adventure, and we can do our best to make sure that you feel like you can do things for yourself and go on adventures and stuff. We can make sure that you get both. Does that make sense?
Does it make sense? No. That is a 3. She sort of pouts and shakes her head a little bit.
Still sounds like can't do anything. I'm only 7. There were kids who were about that age who were going out on big adventures and stuff.
But not everyone. I didn't get to go on an adventure until I was 18.
Suppose.
And, I mean, Chris got to go on adventures when she was 7. But, I mean, do you want to turn out like Chris?
I like Crystal. She's a bit grumpy, but she's nice.
Do you want to end up grumpy like her?
Do adventures make you grumpy?
I. No, and it's depends on what sort of adventure it is. That's the thing, is that adventures can be really fun and exciting, but they can also go wrong. And when they do, it can change you forever. And that's what makes us scared about you going on an adventure, Missy. Because we like you the way you are.
Missy is gonna sniffle a little bit, and then she's just gonna hide her face in Cassie's front and start to cry a little bit.
Aww. I just think she's gonna hold her tight and just like rub her hand down her back and
It's okay. It's okay, Missy.
You and Tiffley do so much for me, and I want to protect you guys too.
Oh, you have no idea how much you do, Missy, just by being you. I'm pretty sure you're half of the reason Chifley gets up every day.
No, not anymore. 'Cause now he's got you, and he's got his friend.
Yeah, you guys have both got more people. So do we. But you're still very important to him. And you're very important to us.
I don't mind sharing Chifley. He
I'm glad.
he's happier with other people. When it was just us, he was always so sad.
And you?
Yeah, me too. But I was really little when we left.
Yeah. But do you like having more people around?
Mm-hmm.
Does it make you happier?
It does. 'Cause now I've got you and Crystal and Uncle Dorian, and I got Rad and Tally and Mad Lad and lots of friends that don't even think I'm weird. I think.
You're weird, but that's why they like you.
All the kids at home, old home, used to think I was weird. And then lots of the kids at school here think I'm weird, but in the other way? I don't get it. I guess I'm always gonna be weird.
Being weird just means that there is something about you that no one else can be or do. You are so special, Missy.
She's crying again.
Hey, it's okay. What did I say?
Nothing. Love you.
Love you too. And, you know, people think Chris is weird, and she's amazing and doing things that no one's ever done before. And my aunt, she's also, people also think she's weird and thought my mum was weird, and they never let them stop the bleh. They never let them stop that from being who they are, and they did so much more than those people ever could. It's gonna be the same for you. You just gotta be a little bit patient.
I'm not good at that.
It's okay. I'm not good at it either.
She does smile a little bit at that, and it's genuine this time.
If I promise not to look for adventures without permission, do you think that you can ask Chifley if I could have my star ring back?
Well, you don't have to promise, but I think we can make that work.
She's gonna perk up and brighten a little bit, and then her smile will grow into a little bit more of a slightly cheeky one. It's like,
Because I'd be able to keep myself safe a lot more if I could shoot missiles, so it'd be real nice to have it back.
And why did you get it taken off you in the first place?
It was only a small hole in the wall.
Okay, I'll do what I can.
It was ages ago. I've been really good since then. Mostly. No property damage anyway.
You haven't had missiles.
It's a lot harder without missiles, yeah. But I'm not trying to do it. That's not the point.
And she started poking Cassie in the middle, like rapid fire, double hand poke, 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 poke.
That's not the point.
Yeah, Cassie's laughing, and some of that you think is like laughter from what she's saying, and some of it is from the action because she is ticklish. I think, yeah, so the laughter's just gonna get louder.
Well, Missy's definitely not crying anymore.
I do think after a moment, though, Cassie will sober up a little bit.
Can. Missy?
Yeah? Yeah?
Is it alright if I tell the others what you told me?
She looks a little bit conflicted and then looks down at the note. And she wiggles her shoulders in a sort of kind of way. And then she nods.
If you think it's important that Uncle Dorian and Chifley know.
I do. I think this is very important.
Okay.
And I'll make sure you don't get in trouble for it.
She does perk up a little bit at that.
Thanks. I've been trying really hard to be good.
I know you have been. I know it's hard, Missy, to have others worry so much about you.
Used to just be Mom and Dad, and then it was just Mom and Chifley, and then just Chifley. Now there's lots.
Yeah. Can be like that, but it's nice, huh?
Yeah. It is a bit.
Also annoying.
Yeah. 'Cause if I worry about you guys too. 'Cause I'm not as strong as Chifley. I can't protect you as good. But I want to.
Yeah. I know. But you can do as much as you can. But we're going to look out for each other. You may not be the strongest, but all together, well, I wouldn't want to be someone going up against our whole family.
Yeah, they'd get their butt kicked.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And I'd punch them in the kidneys, because I can reach those. Usually. Some people are really tall.
Yeah. Some
I can
people
reach
are
Chifley's.
really tall.
She sort of does this motion with like this motion with her arms where she's got like her hands in fists and she's sort of reaching up a little bit.
But yeah, I can reach Chifley's. So as long as they're Chifley-sized or shorter, I can get their kidneys.
Cassie is laughing again because she's just mostly the. How do you know you could reach Chifley's kidneys?
Is she actually going to ask that?
I think she might just. And how do you know you can reach Chifley's kidneys?
I may have checked. I mean, I didn't hit him, but I reached up my arms to see how high I could reach, and I've been trying to find books on how to punch stuff real good, and there was one that said stuff about kidneys and how that can really, really hurt someone if you punch them in the kidneys. So, like, if you're just play fighting, you don't want to do that. But if they're a bad guy, you gotta punch them really hard in the kidneys.
Yeah, it's a smart thing. You know, could maybe ask Chris. She might be able to help you find more books on self-defense.
Okay, I'll ask her, because the teachers at school say I shouldn't be reading books about fighting so much. They would like it if I read more books at my reading level.
Well, I'm sure Chris will understand. I don't think she was reading stuff at her reading level at your age.
I mean, I can't read all the words in the books, but I get some of it.
Yeah, well, maybe I could help you with
Those
that.
have good pictures. Oh, you'd help? And then we could go to the library? We haven't been to the library. Like, Chifley used to take me to the library a lot, but he's been busy, so could we go?
Yeah, we can go. We can call up Chris and she can meet us there, and we can look for self-defense books and maybe some other things so you can appease your teachers.
Ooh, good. That'd get me out of trouble at school.
Yeah, and I'm sure it would make Chifley happy as well.
And if I'm with you and Crystal, he'll know I'm safe, so he won't worry, and then you guys won't worry, and Uncle Dorian won't worry.
Yeah. Of course.
And then maybe after the library we could get cake? And a hot chocolate?
I won't tell.
She does a little clap.
Cassie has a sweet tooth. Like, if Missy wants sweets, then she knows who to go to. Like, this is sort of what Cassie meant about the, like, talk to us and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah. Missy's not smart. Like, she thinks she knows the right thing to do, but she is incorrect.
I mean, she's 6, almost 7.
Yeah. Like, she's dumb for her 7-year-old, but still.
No, she's still wonderful.
Oh, dear. So, at this point, I like to picture that Missy is gonna grab Cassie by the hand and jump off the bench and start tugging her out of the park. It's like, let's go to the library now, kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I think Cassie will let herself be pulled along. One, because she's not as strong as Missy, so
Yeah.
I do think as they go, she's just like kind of like as things are zooming out, just hold on, let me get my phone out of my hammer space so I can give Chris a call.
Okay. And she's just gonna stand there and just sort of excitedly bounce.
Yeah, and okay. I don't know. Are we going to the library, or are we like?
I think we might fade to black on their journey to the library. So
Yeah, actually, I do think I'm gonna roll hammer space because that's fun. But if I don't roll a 1, I do have an idea of what Cassie's gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's a 9. This is the pulls her sending stone out, and it's just like, hey, Chris, you're never gonna guess where we're going.
Oh, splendid. Oh, I'm just picturing the ... from Crystal. Wonderful.
Yeah, Chris, this probably early mornings on the Saturday, just this spontaneous call from her sister is like, hey, you're never gonna guess where we're going.
Oh dear, at that time of the morning? Probably not. Pre-coffee crystal, cannot guess.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, this was fun. I really enjoyed this.
It was good fun.
Cassie will go and have an existential crisis later.
Yeah, she will. She might have her panic attack when she gets home and isn't around Missy.
Yeah, just close the bedroom door and then just be like, ah!
Yup.
Call Chifley, go, can you come home, please? You need
Yeah.
words.
Hey, Chifley. And Chifley will hear on the phone, oh, something's not right.
Oh dear, but we might chat about that one in DMs, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Goodness golly gosh. Well, thank you very much for playing with me.
Oh, this was so much fun.
Oh man, I don't think those rolls could have gone any better for us. For them, yes, but
Yeah.
for us.
Oh, it was delightful.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you everybody for listening, and we will
Yes,
see you
thank
next
you.
time. Bye-bye.
Bye.